goodness, I don't even know how to describe what he or how he said what he said. So I'm just going to play it for you. I'm going to play so you can listen. And this is what is giving birth to our conversation for this hour. And we will talk about accountability in governance, and we'll somehow link it to River States. Once again, welcome. Once again, I am Kalada Kurubatibo, and you're listening to Hard Facts. Take a listen.
That's a very meaningless question. That's a very meaningless question. When they charge me to court, anybody who's not satisfied, take me to court. How can I be explaining how expecting it? I'm one governor that never borrowed a dime. Today in Ekiti, people cannot forget me for the good works I did. I'm not going to impress anybody. They don't forget, I was governor first, I left. After 8 years, I came back. Do you think I'm a pauper? You are a salary earner now. I'd made money before you became a presenter. So don't go there. Don't go there at all. Don't try it. If anybody's money is missing, let them go to court. Call police. CFCC is there now. They were in Ekiti for more than a month to investigate me. So if their money is missing, let them go to court now. What's that an insult? They don't even want me to have money. I'm not going to let anybody know. Go send investigators to there where money is appropriated. Charge me to court. I'm not that small boy that somebody is threatening with court. What do you mean by I should start explaining myself? After me, fire me has come. So after 10 years, somebody will come and ask me, how did I spend money? If anybody's money that is missing, you go to court now. I've done my best. The issue here is that the moment a governor serves in Nigeria, they are all rooks. That is the mentality. There's no governor that has done well. It's a thankless job. No apologies.
So I do not know if you agree with the former governor of Ekiti State, Fayose, who says that being a governor in Nigeria is a thankless job. That means they are not appreciated, and there is the mentality that once you're in government, you are a criminal, you're a thief, you're a rogue, and all you do is steal public funds. He says go to courts, but let's take a step backwards. Let's take a step backwards. When a politician is applying for any office, it could be the office of the governor, it could be the office of a legislator, it could even be the office of a local government chairman, or maybe the president. They tell you sweet things. When I get into office, I will do this for you, I will do that for you, please employ me. They ask you to employ them, they ask you to vote for them, and they make promises that are so sweet that some of you say, this is our man, we must vote for him. Then they get into office, and all of a sudden they tell you that they cannot be accountable, and anybody who wants to know what they did while in office should go to court or go and investigate. But you see, in my opinion, leadership is carrying the people you're leading along. And how do you carry them along? One way is by being transparent and being accountable to the people that you serve. Remember, they are supposed to serve Nigerians. That's why they apply. That's why they go through the polls, because they are supposed to serve. So I pay my taxes, you pay your taxes, she pays her taxes, he pays his taxes, everybody pays their taxes, and then government gets funds. Government looks at the treasury, and our commonwealth is there, and government appropriates that common treasury on our behalf. So it could be monies generated from the sale of crude oil or from the sale of other mineral resources. It's our money, all of us, including the people in government. Should it not be the fair thing to do by being accountable? And the only time we get to know that XYZ amount of money was spent is when a new government comes in power, for instance, and it's not in good terms with the old or the former government, and you begin to hear things like, oh, that government spent XYZ amount of money, like we are seeing in Kano State. Remember in 2015, when the former governor Wike was elected in office, he did a forensic audit on the previous government, and certain revelations were made. 2016, 2017, 2 years later, we heard that the EFCC was attempting to look into the books of Rivers State for there was the allegation that monies were withdrawn over the counter. And that's where the EFCC cannot investigate River State books started from. Transparency. And the only time we get to hear, and it's not just, it's not just River State or Ekiti State. It looks like a general thing in Nigeria, even in the presidency. I mean, we just talked about the court ordering previous governments to publish how they spent their batches loot. Because although we heard that these monies came in, Nigerians were not carried along. The next thing politicians will tell you, there is the Freedom of Information Act, so go investigate or go to court. Go to court. That's like the new lingua. Go to court. I should use it. Go to court. So, for Fayose, after applying first 4 years, he finishes his term. He's not employed again, so he waits another 8 years and then he comes back. One who has such a political journey, that kind of a political journey, should even be more passionate, should be more easily accessed by his people, because remember, he served them. But he says they should go to court. In Rivers State, I saw a report on the Leadership newspaper where it says ICANN did a transparency research and ranked Rivers State in the year 2020-2021 as the state with the poorest transparency rate. I remember there was a World Bank, is it grant or loan? I can't remember now. But they were given to states with good transparency and accountability structure, and River State did not receive because River State then was perceived not to have enough transparency and accountability. The former president would travel and Nigerians would ask questions, but there was not enough transparency and accountability, even though to a large extent the presidential jet, is it to a large extent or that's the actual fact, the presidential jet is being fueled by or with taxpayers' money. So the question I have in my head this evening is, how do we get people in government to be accountable? Because when they come and tell us to vote for them, they don't tell us to go to court. They don't. It's after they have entered into power and they remember that there is the court. Or when they're done with power, then they remember there is the court. And it's not a conversation for, my political party, not my political party. I've said it before, it's not time for politics, it is time for governance. And for us to be able to enjoy governance, we have to stand from a place of neutrality and look at both sides of the argument and be able to come up with solid solutions, not sentimental arguments and biased debates. So I'm going to open the phone lines now. How can we imbibe a culture of transparency and accountability in Nigeria, specifically in Rivers State? How can we? Is it something that we can do? Is it something, Like I said, we know that money has been misappropriated when not all politicians fighting, and they say, you that you spent, I mean, who knew that Akpabio had given, the former governor Wike about 200 million thereabouts in 2015 for his political career. When politicians talk and you listen, you get to hear. My goodness. Anyways, I'm going to open the phone lines. We need accountability. I mean, a lot of us will agree on that. But how do we ensure that the structure of accountability and transparency is put in place in governance so that the people are carried along and the people are not left in the dark when it comes to the figures, the financial figures, and how our common wealth are being spent? All right, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. For WhatsApp messages, use the number 0809-030-6416. We're live on Facebook, we're active on Twitter, we're live on YouTube. Nigeria Info PH. Let's continue the conversation online. I'd like to hear from you there as well. Clinton from Bury is calling. I'll take his call. Hello, Clinton.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
I think Nigeria is a joke in terms of transparency in general.
All right.
Because you see when you're advertising, when you're campaigning for political offices, you come to the people with everything. But when you assume office, you change totally. Look at the comments of Fayose. A public officer, look at what he's saying. So what I think is that until you remove all the bottlenecks, EFCC, the court, the Nigerian judiciary should be forthcoming because they are the problem. You see when the government will go and take court order to stop probe. So I think until we remove that clause, we will not have transparent government in Nigeria.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Clinton. I've got Chidi from Weibo. Chidi, good evening to you. Welcome.
My brother, good evening.
Yeah, welcome. Good evening.
Thank you. The problem is this. If you are my boss and you are sincere, and you bring me in, definitely I will be sincere when you're no more in that seat. But if you're not sincere and you bring me into the seat, definitely I will be there to cover your nakedness. And I won't be sincere. So the problem we have is that the people that is leading the state are not even sincere to themselves. Then how can you be sincere to the public?
All right.
You will spend money and tell the people that you cannot question me. Nobody has the right to question me how I spend Rivers money.
All right, I've got to go, Chidi. Chidi, thank you.
Seat, so you can do anything.
All right, thank you. I've got a commercial break coming up. Do stay tuned. I'll take some more calls after that.
They cannot deliver quality jobs with good price and on time. All their jobs na sharp, whether na billboard, digital banner, roll-up stand, vehicle branding, corporate gift items, flags, CD t-shirts, magic mugs and regular mugs, even monogramming on t-shirt, caps, towels, plus plenty other things. Kel Technologies, they print event programs, magazines, complimentary cards, special invitation cards, brochures, calendars, posters, handbills, plus plenty other things, even stickers. Countryman, rush now, go Kel Technologies, 16A Abba Road by Boro Park Flyover, or 5A Agudama Street for D-Line, or call 08074579076 or 08074579800 or 08074579605 or 08074579372. For quality, good price and prompt delivery, na Kel Technologies be the print professional.
Organize every other day.
Port Harcourt, it's a new experience. At Garden City Mall, you're not going to one store. All the stores come to you. Experience fashion brands like Ferragamo, Enzo, Clarks, Puma, Celio, Adidas, Maestro, Lulu Lingerie, with the best of fine dining at Michael's Garden, Wakis. The list goes on and on. Families and friends can connect, have fun, shop at ShopRite, see movies at Film House Cinema, get phones from Royal Line, perfumes from Essenza, electronics from Electronica, or exquisite home furnishing at Blanca Luxury, while meeting exciting new people right here at Garden City Mall. Don't wait to hear the beautiful stories. Rush down to Garden City.
When they charge me to court, anybody who's not satisfied, take me to court. How can I be explaining how expecting it? I'm one governor that never borrowed a dime. See, today in Ekiti, people cannot forget me for the good works I did. I'm not going to impress anybody. They don't forget, I was governor first tenure. I left after 8 years. I came back. Do you think I'm a pauper? You are a salary earner now. I made money before you became a presenter. So don't go there. Don't go there at all. Don't try it. If anybody's money is missing, let them go to court. Call police. CFCC is there now. They were in Ekiti for more than a month to investigate me. So if their money is missing, let them go to court now. What's that an insult? They don't even want me to have money. I'm not going to let go send investigators to there where money is appropriated, charge me to court. I mean, with their own looks. That is the mentality. There's no governor that has done well. It's a thankless job. No apologies.
So now the question I want to ask is, do we put the governors and the politicians who have held offices in government in that box that all of them are criminals? Do we really do that? Do we judge them from a point of bias or from a standpoint where we say, as far as they are there, they have stolen money? Is that how we judge them? Or indeed, we're not carried along when, these people are in governance. We don't know how they spend their money each month. We don't know, yes, we know that there is a budget. Yes, we know XYZ amount was budgeted for this sector. Well, we still are not carried along when the monies are spent. And certain times, maybe other monies are collected without even our knowledge. But it says go to court, go and investigate. Is that how do I put it now? Is that a taint on the image or a stain on the image of the EFCC, the ICPC, the police, for instance, the security agencies and the intelligence agencies like the Secret Service? The Secret Service, you call it the DSS. I think it's supposed to be the SSS. Yeah. Is it a stain on their image? Because maybe, as we have not seen a lot of these former governors who have been alleged to have put their hands into the jar, we've not seen them gone to jail. Just maybe that's why a lot of them still tell you go to court. Go to court. Go to court. Anybody who tries me, I'll tell you go to court as well. All right, 08179230002 and 08179230003. Remember, you can send your WhatsApp messages to the number 0809-030-6416. How can we structure accountability and transparency in governance so that the people, the citizens who usually are begged during campaign periods, they are bought bags of rice, a lot of wrappers with politicians' faces on it, they're giving monies. How can they become when it's time for this from our audio? Let's listen to.
Hello, Canada. From 1999, the people that has ruled us are there. Where we left sincerity is during MPN era. But when it comes to this democracy, 1999 till now, the government has not been sincere to themselves. Let me draw it narrow to River State. You agree with me? But at the end of the day, when the government going into the second, did you observe what happened at it? Where has been harmed successfully? And we left there, we come to 2014. There was a law campaign. We have not seen any issue-based campaign in River State. But there is a debate. I believe even your studio also is part of that debate as Presidential Hotel, where the government, as at then, led by Yeso Wike, told us that the budget will be in public domain every year. Rather than the market, you see unnecessary protests here and there.
So your point. Summary, Braid.
Yeah,
your point.
When the anti-graft agency come to the state to pick up some people, the governor at midnight will come out and chase away anti-graft agency. That is the kind of leaders we are having.
Right.
The class of leaders we have never go away from corruption. They are deeply into corruption.
All right, break. Thank you very much. Mike is calling from Adajod. Mike, greetings to you. Welcome on the show. Let's talk.
All right, good day.
Yeah, good day.
This is Uncle Mike calling from Adajod.
All right, Mike from Adajod, welcome.
Yeah, it is actually unfortunate that a former public office holder should address the nation in the national newspaper, in the national television in such a manner. It's really, really unfortunate. Hello?
I can hear you. I'm listening to you.
It's okay. So I have recommendations that will actually guarantee transparency and accountability in governance. Number one, it is imperative that every commissioner in every ministry who is a member of the State Executive Council to always present comprehensive report of the stewardship of that ministry at the end of each year. And when that is done, other commissioners can also do the same. And then the governor, who presented budget at the beginning of the year to the House of Assembly, will in turn do a comprehensive report of the stewardship of that very year, stewardship report of that very year, and present to the House of Assembly. You know, the House of Assembly is representing the various constituencies in the state. And when such a report is being presented, the House of Assembly members will also visit the various constituencies and have town hall meetings with them. Hello?
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, and in those town hall meetings, they were able to keep the people posted with what the government has done within the year under review. And then after that presentation, they will also now talk with the constituents to let them know what they intend to do for them as constituency projects for that particular year. There's no how a governor of a state will address all the citizens of the state concerning the stewardship report for a particular year. But then there are people representing the various constituencies in the House of Assembly. And these are the people that will get whatever thing the government is doing. And that is also one of the things that will actually help different states to present reports, and the people they are living, we know how they are faring. For this former governor of Ekiti to say that nobody has the right to ask him how he spent the money, it's not right. Because the money in question here is state money, not his personal.
All right, sorry about that, Mike. Lost connection there. I've got Zion from Jerry. Zion, welcome on the show.
People of that environment have the prerogative to ask for the accountability of their government.
All right.
The office of the citizens comprise of the religious body, civil society, schools, organizations, you and I. But in this environment, what do we do? The office of the people. It has been compromised. So if you want to ask for accountability, your fellow constituents will ask you to keep quiet. Why? Because you went and collected 3,000 naira and you voted for him. Because they gave you one contract or they promised you. You ask me to keep quiet. And you remind me, when it gets to your turn, do the same. So you see that poverty became an instrument. Illiteracy became an accompaniment the politician now use against the office of the people. Sir, during the last hearing, public hearing of the proposed 200 billion,
yeah.
Do you think the government shutting up and down with the nothing of them there? They ran away. They ran away in a public hearing. After that, they came up and started accusing the governor. What are we going to do with 200 billion? So tell me, on this premise, how can we hold the government accountable? That is why I'm asking that the EFCC Act should be brought back home and rediscussed. The ICPC Act should be brought back home and rediscussed. It should be engineered to the point that an individual, a concerned citizen, can ask for how much for budget for education, how the money. The present EC document does not give an individual prerogative, except a group. You see now?
Do you think in this year we should look back at all the government we've had since 1999 and do accountability and transparency? That's something we should do.
The budgets are there. If you are interested, you can get to the office.
It's not. So they test every beginning of the year. They tell us, oh, we're going to budget this for the year. At the end of the year, many of us go back. Oh, well, should government not tell us how they used it?
Then people should have a pity forum. Sir, if end of the month or 2 months.
All right, I think there's something wrong with phone lines. The connectivity is trying. I don't know why the calls keep ending. 0793002 and 08123 we talk about accountability in Nigeria, and particularly Rivers State. Background story is the commission where he is not going to answer the question on how monies while he was in office as governor of Ekiti. Anybody who wants to find out should go investigate or should go to court. Drag the EFCC into the conversation, and I'm asking the question: Is this thing happening? And about more currency and ability happening because the FCC and ICPC, even the secrets have not done enough. The state secret service have done enough for the put the government on its toes and ensure accountability. 93 now you're in for Chris is called from Rumba. Welcome. Can you agree? Yeah, welcome.
Canada is a very complex question. I mean, you're asking because these politicians have deeply polarized our society along any critical, religious, and all. Working for that any other country can call our own Nigeria. I think the civil society organizations are not connecting the country to enjoy have stronger weight in generating the public. Because I know this task is not something to do individual levels. It is something that the civil society are going on for years now between the civil servants, especially those and you see civil servants drives brand new alliance. We need to strengthen the civil society and should be contacting the people. For instance, Sarah, you don't have this complaint to make. You come on, issue the people for so that people can create the now. You can't want the God is not doing well. They can open to not. I said, not only threatening you, but is making it difficult for you to do. So we should get on. So if we get somebody to the situation where governor, let's see the hand over note. The 1 naira, 1 naira, and those who let him have doing something.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. I've got you from Ruta. You should leave it to you.
All we do at the end of every year, they're supposed to look at the budget
Yusuf, if I can barely make out what you're saying, the connection is terrible. Can you please do call back? People saying difficult to political accountability. They can regulate the law, only them and not to come because they're also relatives. But nonetheless, until the FCC and our judiciary stand firmly to defend the Nigerian society. I guess there is transparency in their dealings ever. I don't think so. River State government have been practicing Indian budget system since I don't know again. Until the court injunctions as well as immunities for governors are removed, we can't get it right. Interesting. But then again, what about we the people? Could it be that our indifference towards governance has also contributed to the lack of transparency? Could it be right questions? We have been how did one? That's not to be the reason. We should going forward. Like I said, there's the ICANN report of 2020. Is it that Rivers is the poorest, transparent, and accountable state in Nigeria? What can we do to change the tide, to change the narrative here in Rivers State? Do you think the government in play should begin a town hall meeting, maybe every month end with the people? It could be on state media channel, it could be the TV channel, it could be a radio channel, whichever one. But do you think a town hall meeting every month end with Rivers people would be a good one, where Rivers people are allowed to call in, allowed to contribute via social media, maybe and we could do all of that. It will help and help trust issues in Rivers and be circumspect while asking questions to former public officials. Tell them he has done this, say, look at the roads, look at the bridges. That's what Fayose could have answered. Because some our states that don't publish budgets ask, did the states perform any better on the understanding dynamics to hold publicly accountable? Then I like the way you ended. You did say which is better, whether those who published or who didn't. But you see, the reason is because even those who publish are not really accountable to the people. The people know how the budget is being appropriated. Nobody really knows. The conversations will continue after the break. Remember, I'm asking a question. How do we institute transparency and cultivate the habit of accountability in governance? How do we do that? What do you think is the reason why politicians fail to be accountable to the people? Here in River State, we've been told if you don't like the way money is being spent, and then go hog a transformer. Anyway, trades will be back after the commercial break. Do stay tuned.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria.